Now let us move on to the final step, which is the file generation. In this step, we will generate the necessary files for bank file and CPF file, and these files are important because they allow us to complete the payroll process by preparing the payment instructions to the bank as well as the contribution details for CPF. From the Payrun dashboard, there is a shortcut. Below the pie chart, you see there are three buttons. The first button is to generate the bank file. Second, to generate the CPF file. And third, release is to release the payslip. You can click directly on those buttons, or you can go through the manual way by navigating to the file generation menu. Now, generating the bank file is not required, but this is highly recommended. This is because it helps avoid errors in saving the bank account and pay information of your staff. Some companies prefer to log into the bank website manually and enter the bank details, pay information of the staff one by one. But if you do this, there is a higher chance of human error. Generating the bank file in the system is much easier and reduces mistakes. Let's start. First, choose the originating bank from the drop down list. The required details will vary depending on your bank. In this example, I am using DBS Bank. If you're using different bank such as UOB or OCBC, you may be asked slightly different set of details. Next is the bank submission format. This may also vary depending on your bank account. In this case, I will use the old format. But if you are not sure what is your bank submission format, you need to verify this with the bank provider. Enter the originating account number, click on the button Generate Branch Code to auto-populate the originating branch code and the branch name. After that, enter the originating account name. This should be the registered name of your company's bank account. Now, key in the effective transfer date. This is the date when the staff will receive their salary. So, for example, your company is scheduled to pay the staff on the 30th of the month. So, if I will choose September 30 of 2025, I need to give the bank enough time, like 2 to 3 days, for them to process all the interbranch transactions. So, I need to generate and upload the bank file around September 27, September 28 at the latest. For some banks, they support the real-time transfer, meaning even if you generate the bank file on the 30th, upload on the 30th, employees will get their pay immediately. But it's not always free because there are some banks who will charge you extra for using that service. So you have to confirm with the bank first before using that option. Next, enter the message sequence or batch number. This is a file numbering system that is required by the bank. For DBS itself, they are requiring 5-digit, but for other banks, some may require 3, some are 5, some are 8, depending on your bank provider. Next is to enter the DBS Ideal Login ID. At the bottom, you can also apply filters such as pay period, whether it's monthly, fortnightly, ad hoc. Once everything is filled in, click the preview button and it will show you a summary of what will be included in the bank file. This will include the employee name, the bank they're using, the branch code, the account number, the amount that we are about to transfer, and you can also get a copy if you click on the download button. Remember that these amounts are based on the approved pay runs in the system. After checking the preview file, you can now generate a file. Click the green Generate File button, and a new line will be added on the table below showing status as completed with a green check mark in the bank file column. But you need to wait for the bank file to be ready. To download the bank file, you need to click the green check mark icon, and a TXT file will be downloaded to your computer. Very important reminders: do not open the file, do not rename the file, and make sure to remember where you save it. Once downloaded, you need to log into the bank website and you need to upload it. After uploading it, it becomes the bank's responsibility now to process the file and transfer the salaries to the respective employee accounts. So now that we have completed the bank file generation, let's now move on to the CPF file generation. On the CPF generation page, this is just next to the bank file page. There are three things that you need to check. First, CPF submission period, which by default will show the current month. The second is the advice code. This is a reference number required by the CPF website to identify your files. You can use any two-digit number. Most companies, they just use 01 every month. The only time that you need to change this is if your company has multiple CPF submission number or the CSN. For those companies, you'll need to generate separate CPF files for each CSN. Generate by means all approved pay runs conducted in the month's pay period. There's no need to change this. However, if your company has multiple CSN, then you should choose the pay run date multiple option. Once everything is set, click on the Generate File. A new record will then be added on the table below. From here, you have the option to preview the file that you just generated by clicking the magnifying glass icon or the Excel icon. If you just want the basic details, use the magnifying glass preview. But if you want a more detailed breakdown, you use the Excel file. In submitting to CPF, there are two options available. We have the uploading or the direct submission. In the uploading, you need to generate the file first. So meaning, the icon that you see under the e-submission file, you need to click on that to get the TXT copy. Once the TXT is downloaded, same reminders, do not open the file, do not rename the file. Make sure to remember where you saved it, and that is the file you will upload to the CPF website. You need to click the hyperlink here to log into the CPF website for e-submission. And upon clicking that, you'll get to the CPF page to log in your SingPass account to authenticate the session. And you'll just do the uploading way, like how we used to do that in the CPF website. But another feature that we have is the direct submission. In the direct submission, instead of uploading it, you need to click now the paper plane icon under the direct submission column to see this window. You can preview the CPF data on the amount that you are about to pay for the CPF, and you also have the download files available in blue button, and you need to click submit to CPF. JustLogin will ask you for the set deduction date if your payment mode is direct debit. Then the system will show you the SingPass login page. So you can log in first to authenticate the session and do the direct submission. So that is how you can generate and submit your CPF file. Upon completing, generating the bank file, generating the CPF file, this concludes the three steps in running the payroll. To recap the steps again, step 1, administration. Step 2, process pay. Step 3, file generation and reports. Before we fully close the step 3, let's also take a look at the available reports in the system, as well as how we can transfer the process payroll into your accounting software if you have set up the integration. If you go back to the Payrun dashboard page, if you scroll down, you will see the payroll report section. So these are the five most commonly used reports that you've added or marked as your favorite reports. To access the list of all the reports, you can click the three lines here on top or go directly to the payroll reports page. In this page, you'll find more than 30 reports. But we are not requiring you to generate everything because you will only generate those that are useful for your reference. You need to click the eye icon if you want to view a sample report. Click the star icon to mark it as your favorite report. The first 5 reports that you'll be adding in as your favorite will then reflect in the Parent Dashboard Reports section. But you can tag more than 5 favorite reports. To generate the report, click on the title in blue font. Select the month, select the year that you want, then click on Go. For example, I would like to generate the report 3A, the monthly detailed report. I'll select September 2025 and I will click on Go. You will then see a preview of the report. If you'd like to get a copy, you can click the Export button and the system will let you choose a file format. If you want a PDF, a Word, or Excel file, then click on the Export button to finally get a copy of this file. So you can generate different reports as well if you go back here in the payroll reports page. Now, if your company has integrated an accounting software and you want to transfer the data directly from the Payrun dashboard, click on the purple button, Transfer to Accounting to start the process. And that would be all for this how to process a parent video. For any questions and clarifications, feel free to contact us via the support team by sending an email to support@justlogin.com. Thank you so much for watching.